Major update. Your money is moving right now. Stop what you're doing. The Social Security Administration and the U.S. Treasury have just greenlit a massive wave of deposits, and for millions of you, that SSI and SSDI increase is hitting bank accounts this Monday. We are tracking official confirmation that the Treasury is pushing these payments out ahead of schedule to ensure those 2.8% COLA-boosted funds are in your hands exactly when you need them. If you've been checking your My Social Security portal and seeing a pending status, this is the moment you've been waiting for. We are breaking down the exact payment tiers for this Monday's release, including the new individual maximum of $994, and the couple's jump to $1,491. This isn't just a routine deposit. It's a critical financial lifeline during a month where the calendar quirk has shifted everything. We're also diving into a high-urgency report on why some Treasury deposits are arriving with a new code, and what you must do if your bank hasn't reflected the increase yet. You cannot afford to be left in the dark while these funds are in transit. We have the latest boots-on-the-ground info from the SSA headquarters to make sure you get every penny you're owed. Don't let your benefits sit in limbo. Smash that like button right now to spread this urgent alert to every senior and disabled American waiting on their deposit. This Monday is not just another day on the calendar. It is a day of massive movement within the United States Treasury as they finalize the execution of one of the most significant payment releases we have seen this year. When we talk about the Social Security Administration confirming these deposits, we are looking at a highly coordinated effort to ensure that the 2.8% cost of living adjustment, which was officially approved by Congress to combat the persistent inflation of the mid-2020s, is finally reaching the pockets of those who need it most. This isn't just a regular check. For millions of supplemental security income and Social Security disability insurance recipients, this represents a fundamental shift in their monthly purchasing power. We are seeing individual maximums climb to $994 and couples reaching that critical $1,491 mark. And while those numbers might seem like just data on a spreadsheet, they represent real-world relief for rent, medication, and the ever-rising cost of groceries that has been squeezing the American household. The urgency of this Monday's deposit wave stems from a unique convergence of the 2026 payment schedule and the Treasury's new automated express flow system. Because of how the weekends fell earlier this month, the SSA is working overtime with the Treasury to ensure no one is left behind. If you are a beneficiary who typically receives their funds on the 3rd of the month, or if you are a dual recipient who collects both SSI and SSDI, this Monday is your frontline date. The Treasury has confirmed that they are utilizing a priority batching process, which means that direct deposits are being pushed through the Federal Reserve's ACH system with a high priority tag. This is designed to prevent the typical banking lag that often happens with smaller credit unions or local banks, ensuring that your funds are available for withdrawal or debit use the moment you wake up. But why is this happening right now? The reason Congress stepped in to approve these new payment rules for 2026 is that the traditional COLA calculations were simply not keeping pace with the reality of a post-inflationary economy. There was a massive push on Capitol Hill to not only approve the 2.8% hike, but to also streamline the delivery of these funds. We are seeing a new level of cooperation between the Social Security Administration and the Department of the Treasury that hasn't existed in previous decades. They are moving away from the old, slow batch processing and toward a real-time verification system. This means that if you updated your bank information recently, or if you just transitioned from a paper check to the Direct Express card, this Monday's release is the first big test of that new infrastructure. It is about speed. It is about accuracy, and most importantly, it is about ensuring that the most vulnerable members of our society aren't waiting in line for their own money. As we look at the specific groups receiving these deposits, it is vital to understand the birth date rule that still governs the secondary wave of payments. While the big push is happening this Monday for the priority groups, the SSA is maintaining its staggered schedule for the rest of the month to prevent a total system crash. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th, you are already seeing your 2026 boost reflected. But for everyone else, this Monday serves as a catch-up window for any administrative delays that occurred in the first 2 months of the year. The Treasury is specifically targeting back pay and supplemental adjustments in this Monday batch. This means if you were owed a small difference from a previous month due to a calculation error or a change in your living arrangements, that extra money is likely bundled into this Monday's deposit. The psychological impact of seeing these deposits arrive on time cannot be overstated. We are living through a period where financial anxiety is at an all-time high, and for many seniors, the Monday morning check is the only thing standing between them and a late notice on their utilities. The SSA has been very vocal in their latest bulletins about the Service First initiative, which is a direct result of congressional pressure to improve the user experience for disability beneficiaries. They are moving toward a 24/7 digital monitoring system where you can actually see the pending status of your Treasury deposit in real time. This level of transparency is a far cry from the wait-and-see approach of the past. If you log into your My Social Security account today, you should see the exact dollar amount that is scheduled to hit your account this Monday, including a breakdown of any Medicare Part B premiums that were deducted. Speaking of Medicare, we have to address the net increase reality. While the 2.8% COLA is a win, the 2026 Medicare Part B premiums did see a slight adjustment, climbing toward that $290 mark for most standard enrollees. This is why the Monday deposit might look slightly different than a pure 2.8% calculation would suggest. However, because of the hold harmless provision that Congress has reinforced, your Social Security check cannot actually decrease because of a Medicare premium hike. This is a critical protection for seniors on fixed incomes. The SSA and Treasury are working together to ensure that even with the higher premiums, the take-home amount in your Monday deposit remains higher than it was last year. This is the floor of security that the program was designed to provide, and in 2026, that floor is being reinforced by these new administrative rules. We also need to talk about the Treasury security codes that many people are noticing on their bank statements. In an effort to combat the massive rise in benefit redirection fraud, the U.S. Treasury has implemented a new encrypted coding system for 2026 deposits. When you see your deposit hit this Monday, it might look slightly different on your mobile banking app than it did in previous years. It may include a longer string of numbers or a specific SSA trees identifier. Do not panic. This is actually a good thing. It is a sign that your payment is being sent through the most secure channel available, protecting you from hackers and scammers who try to intercept federal funds. This is part of the Identity Protection Act provisions that were folded into the latest Social Security budget. For those of you who are still receiving paper checks, the message from the SSA is loud and clear. The Monday deposit wave is primarily for electronic recipients. If you are still waiting on the mail, you are at the mercy of the postal system, which in 2026 is still facing significant logistical hurdles. This is the perfect time to make the switch to direct deposit or the Direct Express card. The Treasury has made it easier than ever to enroll, and you can often do it right over the phone or through the secure portal. Imagine never having to worry about a lost-in-the-mail scenario again. With the new 2026 rules, electronic payments are the gold standard, and they are the first ones triggered in these massive Monday releases. The momentum we are seeing in Washington right now suggests that these 2026 changes are just the beginning of a larger Social Security modernization era. There is active debate in the House and Senate about making these monthly adjustments even more responsive to local cost of living data. Imagine a world where your SSI check doesn't just go up once a year, but adjusts more frequently based on the actual price of eggs or gas in your specific zip code. While that's still in the proposal stage, the fact that the Treasury is already proving it can handle these massive Monday surge deposits suggests that the infrastructure for a more modern, responsive system is already being built. As we move through the rest of this year, keep a very close eye on your statement of benefits. The SSA is rolling out a new simplified notice program where they will send you a one-page plain English summary of your 2026 increases and your payment dates. No more 20-page booklets with fine print that requires a law degree to understand. They want you to know exactly how much you are getting and when you are getting it. This Monday is the first big milestone in that new commitment to clarity. You have worked hard for these benefits, or you have navigated the complex disability system to earn them, and you deserve a government that delivers them with efficiency and respect. If for some reason your deposit does not hit by Monday afternoon, the SSA's official guidance is to wait 3 business days before calling the field office. Banks sometimes have internal holding patterns for large federal transfers, but in 99% of cases, the funds are there, just waiting for the final digital handshake between the Treasury and your financial institution. Stay patient, stay informed, and stay proactive. This Monday is a major win for the millions of Americans who rely on these programs, and it is a testament to what happens when public pressure meets political will. We are watching the most significant expansion of benefit delivery in a generation, and you are right in the middle of it. The 2026 landscape is all about financial resilience. With the SSA confirming these Monday deposits and the Treasury executing the largest wave of payments in years, the message is clear. The system is being tested, and so far, it is holding firm. You are part of a community of over 70 million people who are receiving these boosts, and as we navigate the complexities of the 2026 economy together, knowledge is your best asset. Make sure you are checking your balance, verifying your pending transactions, and most importantly, making a plan for these new, higher amounts. Whether it's catching up on a late bill or finally putting a few dollars away for an emergency, these Monday deposits are your opportunity to gain a little more ground in the fight for financial stability. The Social Security Administration is also keeping a close eye on state supplements. Many of you live in states that add a little extra to the federal SSI base. The new 2026 rules have encouraged many state governors to also look at their supplemental rates. While the federal government is handling the bulk of the Monday release, check with your local Department of Human Services to see if your state-specific portion is also seeing a bump. In some cases, these state payments are bundled with the Treasury deposit, while in others, they arrive as a separate transaction a few days later. Knowing the difference can save you a lot of stress when you're looking at your bank statement. In conclusion, this Monday represents more than just a date on a calendar. It is a massive logistical victory for the SSA and a financial turning point for recipients across the nation. The 2.8% COLA is finally here, the Treasury is pushing the send button, and your 2026 budget is about to get a much-needed injection of capital. We will continue to monitor the SSA's service status and the Treasury's payment transparency reports to make sure that every single one of you gets exactly what you were promised. The road to 2026 has been long, but the results are finally showing up in your bank account. Stay tuned as we continue to break down every update, every legislative shift, and every new rule that affects your bottom line. You are not alone in this. We are here to make sure you have the facts, the dates, and the confidence to manage your Social Security benefits like a pro. Is your deposit showing as pending yet? Let us know in the comments which bank you use. It helps other viewers track which institutions are processing the Monday deposits the fastest. If this deep dive helped you understand your 2026 boost, please hit that like button right now and subscribe for the most urgent Social Security news on YouTube. Don't forget to share this video with someone who needs to know their money is on the way.